Welcome to all of our students and our friends and families that are visiting. Right? This is our last Fantastic Friday. We have another week. We're almost there. We're so close to the finish line. But we have a very special selection of activities and events this afternoon for you guys. Starting with, I think, a wonderful show. All right, so this last month we're revisiting, coming back to some of the traditions we started the year with, and we're going to be focused on kindness. That's one of the things we want to end the year with. Being kind to one another. So some of the things we're going to see today come back to that, which was one of the starting themes of our year. And I think many of us have done such a wonderful job with it. But I think it's also really important that we keep reminding ourselves the importance of being kind to one another. So that's why we're revisiting it at the end of the year, bringing the whole year full circle. But without further ado, we're going to start with our K and K with their garden songs.
Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warn them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds, picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow my own, for the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. Inch by inch, row by row, inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warn them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Plant your rows straight and long, seasoned with a prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. There's an old crow watching hungrily from his perch on yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warn them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. One more time, inch by inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warn them from
pre-Ks are going to go backstage for a little bit of a costume change for later on. But for now, we have some other celebrations and skits, and then going to be some songs. Next up, we have our 4th grade, and they're going to talk about their trip over to Park McCullough and some of the things about historical matters. So, we're going to bring up our 4th grade.
Okay, thank you for waiting. Folks, we had the very fortunate experience a week ago today. At this time, we were at Ellis Island and Statue of Liberty in New York City. And I think it's going to be a day that these 4th graders are going to remember for a very, very long time. And in terms of kindness and friendship, it's not just between us. Sometimes it's between countries. And in this particular case, this part of the Statue of Liberty, the big part, was a gift from a country that was a friend of ours. And it was? France. And they took a long time making it and finding the money for it. And then our country had to find the money to build the pedestal. And do you know what happened? The kindness of children all across America. They had a campaign where people brought in pennies. Little kids brought in pennies. And all the pennies got sent to Washington, D.C. And then we had enough money for the pedestal so we could get built. And then the statue came over from France. So the kindness was at a country level. It was very, very important symbol now for the immigrants who were coming in to our country. So they're like, here's the land of hope, the land of liberty. And they couldn't wait to start their new life in America. They learned a song. We sang the song at the base of the Statue of Liberty a week ago. And we're going to sing it for you right now. Okay? Stand tall. Ready? Okay.
Nothing gets brighter now, rusty eyes. She's been there through rain and sleet. She'll toast and welcome each passing chair, and she'll smile while you weep. She's been the mother to many a birth, not caring what language or race. She lets millions of people walk all over her, and she never loses faith. She still carries a torch for the
just did this morning, and some of the 5th and 6th graders can remember this. But we also have somebody in our town who was very, very kind. They were so kind that we remembered them today, and we walked over, dressed like this, to the Park McCullough House, because the Hall, Park, McCullough families have been very kind to North Bennington. That's why we have an awesome train station, because they gave a lot of money for it. That's why we have an amazing amount of programs here. Do you know that this kitchen that we have here came from, come on over here, John McCullough. John McCullough's sister, who had to leave town today, but she was here this morning. But his sister and her husband ended up giving a lot of money to our school just a few years ago to have that kitchen happen, which was lovely. That brick that's right over there, that's the original 1870 foundation for this school. They gave $12,000 in 1870 to build this part of the school. 4 buildings, 4 rooms. And then later on, this part was built in 1898, and then from that line over, they also contributed money to help the 1930 edition that built this room. They were really, really into education. Matter of fact, Benthusans and this generation right here at Hall Park, they were great about Bennington College. When you look at the big house over there, whose house was it? Come on over here, Lizzie. This was Lizzie McCullough's house. She lived there for 90 years. She loved that house, and she loved this village. And she wanted to help our village be awesome and be wonderful. The bank is here because of them. McCullough Library. Oh, and her husband, come here. Come here. He actually was the governor of the state. Oh, and there was another governor, one that you've already heard of. Come on over here. Tell them your name.
Governor Highland Hall.
Highland Hall was a person. He was a person, and he lived in the little White House that's over on the property over there. And he was also a governor. And you can thank him for the Bennington Monument we have. He raised a lot of money for it, and he was very involved in the design of it. Very kind they were to North Bennington. Tremendous kindness. And we learned about generations. We learned about where we come from and how we help out. Treanor Park, did you come from money? No. What was your job before you came to the Park McCullough House?
A lumberjack.
A lumberjack. From where?
Woodford.
A lumberjack from Woodford. But he went out to California when they were doing the gold rush. Oh, did he make a ton of money. He was a lawyer, and he was a self-taught lawyer, never went to school, but he studied and studied and studied. And then they said, we're going to give money back to North Bennington. They were very kind to us. So we're going to have them just tell you what their names are. You go back to your line. The 7 different generations we have represented here of the Park McCullough family. Hall Park McCullough. And we actually have our last person who is still alive. Okay?
I am Edgar Hall. Dolly Hall. Highland Hall.
Okay. Now, Highland Hall ended up having this daughter, right? And this daughter is Laura, okay? Just a different little name. Go ahead.
Laura Vanderspeen Spiegel Park.
There we go. And?
Trevor William Park.
That's right. He says William, and I'll tell you why in a minute. All right? You can go over there. They had fine children, just fine children. This person's name is also the same as his dad, but they have a different middle name.
Trendle Luther Polk.
There you go. And what was your nickname?
Train.
And guess what? His daddy loved trains. That's why we have a great train depot. He also gave a ton of money for it, too. Very philanthropic people. Okay? And then your sister over there, right? Your sister is definitely part of... Oh, no, wait. She's up there. We'll talk. Let's talk about you together. All right? Because this is Lizzie, and this is her sister. And Lizzie built the big house first. And what happened? used to come up and visit all the time in the big house, right? All from New York City. And then you decided what? She wanted a summer house too, so she built Jennings Music Building that is now the first building that was on the Bennington College campus, and we visited that a few weeks ago. Lovely building, lovely house. And you both had your summer cottages to come to, didn't you? Great, so tell us your name.
Lila Jennings. Frederick Diggory. Lizzie McCullough.
There we go. And your husband?
Governor John G.
There we go. Thank you. Okay. If you ever go up to the second floor of the left bank, there's a really beautiful picture of him, floor to ceiling. All right, they had children. One of their children is?
Mr. Hall Park McCullough.
There you go. And you married? It's a big one.
Edith Van Dusen Park.
Beautiful, well done. And matter of fact, her parents used to come up all the time, so often that they decided to build a house for her. But after a while, everybody, her parents, so they could visit, they moved the house. It's the first house after the brick house on Park Street now, which is kind of fun that we know that that used to be on the Park McCullough house. Very kind to them, your parents, they were, very kind. Okay, thank you. Wait a minute. All right, and now we have three sisters of Hall Park. Okay, their names.
Ella McCullough.
And then later on, what was your name?
Mary Veronica.
And she became a nun. She was Sister Mary Veronica.
Elizabeth Turner Johnson.
She was the last woman to live in the house,
Esther McCullough.
and Esther McCullough. And they brought a lot of arts over to the building, too, to the house. Go ahead. Guys, stand in the line, please. Okay. And your sister's not here right now. That was bad, Scott. Tell them who you are.
John McCullough II.
And he loves being the second, okay? Because his dad had the same name. He was a governor, right? And I had the privilege of meeting this man before he died. He was in the nursing home right over here. We played cards together one night. It was fun. And this person is still alive. Her husband. I heard her husband came up for the weekend. He's still very active in the Park McCullough house. He's a part-time resident there. And this is his wife.
Randallyn Zen.
And Randallyn Zinn is well, lots of things. What is she? She wrote plays.
She was a choreographer.
And a choreographer. And she has a professorship at Juilliard and another place in New York City. And she's up here for the weekend, which is kind of fun that we go from 1700s to now. Lots of kindness going on. Okay, thank you.
All right, next we have our second grade, and they're going to sing us a song, I believe.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this opportunity. One thing that we do every day is we sing. And one of our earliest songs is on the wall over there, but before we do that, we start our day by saying the pledge. And it was marvelous that the fourth grade introduced and talked to you about the Statue of Liberty. Because for many people that have come to America, that was their first memory, is coming into New York and seeing the Statue of Liberty because they were immigrating in New York. So we all stand and we'll say the pledge. This week at the As you know, we sing a lot, and each morning we'll sing a few songs. One of the songs that we started the year with is Over on the Wall. And since we were talking about kindness and friendship, we thought we'd pull it back out. So we invite you to sing the song Bridges with us, and then some of the second graders wanted to share their thoughts about friendship. Okay, so this is Megan.
Keep the old one is silver and the other's gold. I have him, you have another. Help your friends when they're little. Care for your friends when they're sad. I have a friend that taught me basketball and I'm really thankful for that. Help a friend when they feel down. Friends make your life better. Treat your friends how you want them to treat you. Friends come from the heart. I have a few friends that teach me how to play game.
So the third grade is doing 10 Days of Kindness Challenge. For the last 10 days of school, we are doing the 10 Days of Kindness Challenge. Once again. My name is Charlie McCray. Most of you probably know me. And I am Aiden McNamara. So there are 2 to 3 choices of kindness things that you can do. And today, there are 3. Number 1 is help someone pick up. So if they have trash on the ground. So goal point number 2, say goodbye at the end of the day and tell the person to have a nice afternoon. You too. And third goal point is ask someone what they want to play. Like at recess, you could ask them what they want to play. What do you want to play, Charlie? I don't know. And yesterday, we had 2 goal points, and it would have been a day because we're counting down to the right hand. Goal point 1 would be invite someone to at recess to play with you. Goal point number 2 would be smile at a person in the hallway and look them in the eye. We wrote a poem in order to honor our trout because we released them a few weeks ago, and this was this poem to remember our trout. Bye bye, trout. Dedicated to our trout. You've done your part, you're in our hearts. It's time to say goodbye. Try not to cry, Miss Backus. We're happy you're alive. We love you so. We're so sorry to see you go. Goodbye, Trout. You were the best, no doubt. We did many things, including water testings. We're happy to bring you home. Now you'll have more places to roam. We wish you luck. Don't get stuck in that muck. On Skipper, on Lightning, on Chomper, on Shadow. Down in the dark, below the flow. You'll be okay. Little ducks in silo. We love you, we'll miss you, but it's time to let you go. We wrote a song to our trout, and we hope you like it. First I was an orange egg sitting in my red. Then I was an eyed egg, my eyes sack. Then I had to use my yoke. I watched my belly shrink. And then I was a little fried. I wanted food, I think. So I looked for bugs to eat. And I swam around. Soon I had my paw marks. And I could not be found.
All right, our third graders are going to take a seat, and now I am inviting up our sixth graders with some memories of their time with us.
We have sixth graders who have been here. We have 8 of them that have been since kindergarten, attending VSNB, and the rest of the students, their time here varies, but they wanted to share the memories and experiences that they will be able to hold on to while they go through life.
Technical difficulties.
I will miss our small community here in North Bennington. It was awesome when we could just walk over to Lions Park to play kickball or go to McCullough Library as a class to find books. It's going to be so different next year when I don't have that small of a community at school.
There have been many great memories in the school for me and my classmates. We have had many field trips in all of my grades over the years. Some like the Statue of Liberty in New York City in 4th grade, or Kiewit in 5th grade, and Boston in 6th grade. Also, the teachers have really taught me many lessons and have made me the person I am now. So I want to thank the teachers and everyone else in the school that have helped me over the years.
I've gone to the village school of North Bennington since kindergarten, and I have had so much fun. I will miss the teachers and all of my friends that will go to different schools.
Something I will miss about the village school North Bennington and our field trips. My favorite field trip was Boston. Something I will also miss is all the great end of the days when I could go outside. I will also miss all my friends. When I leave this school, I'm going to miss a lot of things here, like making me the cheerbow spinner and the floating picture frame. I will also remember going and doing experiments and field trips with all my teachers. I'm really going to miss being here with my teachers and friends at the school. I will remember all the times I spent here at the Village School of North Bennington. Thank you.
I have not been able to choose any favorite experience that I will miss at school because I loved all the experience that I've had and done here. All the teachers were awesome and extremely nice, and I will really miss them next year.
The list of things I'll miss about this school is great. I will miss the school, but the thing I will miss the most are the teachers. Teachers have been so kind to me throughout all the time I've been here. Thanks to all, I know dealing with me can be a handful. I am also excited to meet my new teachers at the middle school. Yes, middle school definitely sounds different than elementary school. These past 2 years have been wonderful, but unfortunately, we all must move on in life. Thank you.
Things that I'll miss about this school is some of the field trips like Silver Lake, Powell Caverns, Keewaydon, and Boston. I like Silver Lake because we got to fish and go swimming. I like Powell Caverns because we got to go in the cave. I like Keewaydon because we got to do stuff like disc golf, rock climbing, and more. I like Boston because I'm a Red Sox fan.
All of my teachers that have brought me up to this point, I'd like to say thank you to all of you. I have also had great experiences and memories on our field trips, and the teachers really have helped me with my education and personality.
I won't ever forget this school and what the teachers have done for me and my classmates as well.
Miss Kilker was a great teacher, and I want to embrace that she is awesome and is very helpful with people trying to learn different instruments in music class. She also let us make this very cool video out of a silent film so we could produce it to our entire class. Every teacher has his or her talent, every student has his or her talent, and you should never change who you are.
I like this school because it has a lot of awesome teachers and because it was easy to make some very good friends. I am so sad that I have to go to a different school next year, but I know that I am ready to go on my way.
I will miss so many things about the village school. The school is so amazing and it means so much to me. I will miss Mrs. Tucker, the library, Mrs. Bickford, Ms. Gibbons, and all the other amazing staff. I will miss Gabby, Maeve, Katrina, Lucy, and their amazing art program. I'll miss the classrooms, the teachers, and the campus. But most of all, I will miss everybody at the school. Thank you.
What I'm going to miss at the Village School of North Bennington are my teachers, because you've done so much for my education and made it fun while learning. I have also made a lot of friends here.
What I'll miss about the VSNB. I'll miss my favorite teachers, known as Miss Gibbons, Mr. Carpenter, Miss Kilker, and Mr. Ulrich. I'll also never forget my favorite field trips: Keewaydin, Boston, New York, and of course, Ben & Jerry's.
So as our sixth graders have a seat, we're going to invite up our first graders.
So, when first grade heard that the theme for the June Fantastic Friday was kindness, we were really excited because we have been working on kindness all year long. In fact, first graders have heard their teachers say all year long, kindly. I don't think we say it that way, but that's good. So, and maybe, and one of our, I have to go to Damien, I'm coming back to you. One of our classroom expectations is to act kindly. Damien would like to tell you about our 4 expectations that Pete the cat has helped us remember because it spells pause.
Be prepared, act kindly, work hard, safe choices.
Kyleel has the warm fuzzy jar, and Mr. H, I think, has the copyright on the warm fuzzy phrase. But Mr. H taught us about warm fuzzies, things that people do that make you feel good. And Kyleel has the warm fuzzy jar, and every time someone has given us a warm fuzzy in our classroom this year, we have put a warm fuzzy in the jar. Would you like to tell how you put a warm fuzzy in?
And you will be good, and someone did something nice for you, you can put a warm fuzzy in. Did you know Mr. H is the one, when you cash in 10 paper for Mr. H, he's the one who's going to help you get warm fuzzy. You know, rock and roll is like David, even this time. You're still on the show. Ocean, we will make motion. You're still on the show.
First grade, my friends, first grade.
My cup was the best.
First graders have written about warm fuzzy moments from this year, and some of them would like to tell you about some of their warm fuzzies.
When I didn't have a friend to play with at recess, Zach played with me. Mason gave me a card. Mason gave me a card to help me draw it. Kevin and Cannon were really nice to me when they gave me Pokemon cards for free. Mason gave me a hug when I was sad. Mrs. Hudson helped me with my book. The teachers give me a push on the swing. Mrs. Hudson helps me with my math. Mason gave me a push on the swing. I got a hug from Zach and Kieran.
Back up to end our show. All right? Just one moment.
Kindergarten, I've been studying about the community for a long time, for a couple of different months at different levels. And the pre-K went to visit lots of places in the village, post office, laundromat, library, and lots of different places. And the kindergarten, they've been studying the community through technology and old photographs and by a lot of different means. And Mrs. Kelker wrote a song about our neighborhood that we learned, which is awesome. And then they worked with Miss Kristen, mostly the kindergartners, on building the village, which you can see over there, which is pretty awesome. So, you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
So we toured visit because the kindergartners are on the buildings. They work with shapes to create the actual buildings in our town based on what they were interested in. Pre-K studied transportation, so they created vehicles and their faces are in them, so you can kind of look around and see them. So it's fun to discover what's all over there. Make sure you see it on the way out.
So we learned a great song that I hope you enjoyed. It's kind of hard, isn't it, Mrs. Kelker? But they're doing a really good job with it. And so these are the people in your neighborhood.
A painting or a sculpture to see. The artist is the person to be. Or if you want to hear a song, the singer sings out loud and strong. 'Cause a lifeguard is a person in your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. An artist is a person in your neighborhood. They're the people that you meet each day. If you want to do construction and you need some good instructions, call a builder, they'll help you. 'Cause building things is what they do. 'Cause a builder is a person in your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. Oh, these are the people in your neighborhood. They're the people that you meet when you're walking down the street. They're the people that you meet each day.
So, we're gonna end right there. It's a perfect spot to finish. But before I let you go, I just want to let you guys know this afternoon there's some wonderful events for the whole family. There's a hike going to be leaving here at around 3:30. After that hike this afternoon, at out by Lions Park, there's going to be a bonfire and a pop-up that everybody is invited to. So we encourage you all to be there. That's going to start at 5 to 7 tonight. But have a great weekend, and we have one more week of school. Thank you very much, everybody.